Soldier Field opened back in 1924 with the Bears becoming 10-71, and what a home field advantage it has become here in Chicago. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. You talk about this Titan defense. They played extremely well last week in that win over the Packers.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. He's on his way.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this, and now it's a prime opportunity. Just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now, on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
Here's Nix. That would almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. To throw, here's Nix. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker, and the Bears are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you, and in this case, they end up with nothing.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they've got to be breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief. The first time you throw the football winds up being picked, but fortunately for them, it does not lead to points.
Well, that tells you about team football, doesn't it? Everybody gets together. What's that term they use? Complementary football?
And the defense loses him. It's complete. Look at the big fella go. Touchdown, Chicago. Kyle Pitts. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Bears use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. And oh, it's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. But he will not be able to bring this one back, in the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Well, there's a blocked extra point. I remember playing, and we had one of those go against us. I remember our kicker and our holder told the head coach, just relax, coach. Why are you yelling? Don't worry about it. It's just 1 point. Oh, my. Those coaches see a point is gold to them because you never know how it's going to turn out later.
Exactly. That's what I was just going to say. First quarter, we'll see if this has any implications as the game goes on.
I still can't believe they told the head coach to relax. Whoa.
Bad move. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Jacorian Bennett has it. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
They'll fake the give. Now Williams. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. DJ Moore, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Not even 2 minutes into this football game, already we've had 2 scores.
You know how much I like to read about teams of old, right? The teams of yesteryear. There were some teams that were known as the point-a-minute teams. Well, obviously in a 60-minute game, that's 60-plus points. But 2 touchdowns in the first 2 minutes? My calculator doesn't operate that well.
And now on the other side, they better wake up. They haven't even gotten off the bus yet. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now it's Nix. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. You look at this Bears defense. They come into play number 12 in the NFL against the run.
And that play right there shows exactly why they're so good against the run. Held the line of scrimmage, held the point of attack, and stuffed him for no gain.
Nix from the shotgun. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late, and that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Nix. That pass complete to Moore. Down the sideline he goes. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 54 yards.
Seems like all the fireworks in this first quarter have been on the other sideline, but here they're saying, hey, we've got some explosive guys on our side too. And that's a big play in a game that's looking like it might be full of big plays.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. In motion goes the tight end. Here's Brooks. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, He's spilling them in the offensive backfield.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Throwing, Nix. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Parsons. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. From 10 yards out. And the Titans have cut it back within a score. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will get him one closer. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just
and that's caught inside the 30. And they're going to have this all the way down deep into Tennessee territory. A huge play there for Chicago. 66 yards.
I'll tell you what, this is not going to be a fun discussion at halftime for this defense. They've been absolutely taken advantage of in the first half. And here's another play for big, big yardage.
Williams will get this out wide to Odunze. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Rolling to his right. Powell on the catch. Call it a gain of a yard. And 3rd and 8 now. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you've got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Williams going to look to throw again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gibbs. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Jahmyr Gibbs, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears are able to extend their lead. 3rd time's the charm on the extra point as he gets this one to go. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball is going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. They'll stay on the ground with Brooks. And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Two yards still to go. Third down now.
Let's go.
They'll try and run here with Brooks. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage. But it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force. And they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did.
Let's go now.
Throw is caught by Schoonmaker. Finding room at midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
That's pulled in by Brooks. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Here we go.
Nix to the air. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Nix looking to throw again. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use?
They got his man complete. Touchdown, Chicago. Jahmyr Gibbs. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Now for the point after. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. The last series form a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Nix. This ball taken in here by Brooks. No gain on the play, and that'll make it second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now a 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Nix. That's taken in. It's Keon Coleman. And he'll be touched down at the end, but a big play on that one.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He finds his man, complete. It's Brooks. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And now an audible here into something else. Again, he'll drop to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
2nd and 10. Nix to throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's Parsons. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 17-yard line. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Second and long. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Elijah Moore, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Titans are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. A try here for the extra point. And they're able to cut the deficit to 12. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. From the 33, here's 2nd down and 7.
Let's go now. Go.
Looking to throw is Williams. He finds his man, complete. It's Glover. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
On the move to his left. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And the Titans are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Elijah Moore with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Titans are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And that will shave one more off this lead. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Oh, and this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down.
On the jump. Here we go, set.
Throwing is Williams. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
Set.
To throw, it's Williams. Going underneath, Gibbs has it. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. To the air once more, Williams. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Finds Gibbs on the check down. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
On 1st and 10, it's Brooks. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. Nick's going to tap this forward. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down.
Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
Well, I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little tap pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
A run out of the gun with Brooks. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Here comes 3rd and about a foot.
Once again, it's Brooks. And he picks up the 1st before he's taken down at the 29.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Here's Nix. He finds his man, complete. It's Brooks. So no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They'll run straight ahead with Brooks. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on third down.
More the motion man. From the gun on third down, it's Nix.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. To throw, here's Nix.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him, but even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
Now it's Nix.
Ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I have a few questions about that throw because to me there just wasn't a lot there. I thought he tried to do a little bit too much, almost tried to will a receiver open when there was no chance he was going to be. Nice job by the linebacker being all over that one and knocking it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Operating from the gun, Nix. He finds his man, complete. That's Brooks. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. That'll bring up fourth down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
On fourth down, Kyle Shanahan will send out the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And his kick is good. And that will cut the lead down to just 2.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
yeah, not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about seeing defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. To throw, Williams. Short throw caught by Pitts. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Here's 3rd and 6. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Williams from the gun on 3rd down. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Titans are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. Back now at Soldier Field. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. A golden opportunity for them now following the interception. They need to try to at least get 3. Obviously, a touchdown puts them in a much more secure position. On play action, here's Nix. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
That sack doesn't change their offensive game plan. They always want to air it out and try and get the ball downfield quickly. They're going to have to block a little bit better, though, because the urgency and pressure just increase. Twice the distance now just to get a 1st down, and 1 less down to try and get it.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Working out of the gun is Nix. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Let's go. 65-6. Back to 60. Go.
On 3rd down, they go with Brooks. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. Here's Williams. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
Here we go, sack.
And off to Gibbs, headed right here.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right.
He's got it complete to Gibbs.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
To the air, Williams. Short throw caught by Pitts.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That'll put him at 190 receiving yards now. He's putting on a show. He also has a first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
From the gun, here's Williams. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Over the middle, complete. It's Gibbs. And they'll get to him short of the first down at about the 16. And now this defense trying to use the clock to their advantage. They'll take the timeout here with 2:08 left. And then they'll have another stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Moore, the man in motion.
70 range. 19 tight. 19 tight. Come 19. Come 19.
They'll go. Here's Williams.
A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard.
This is 1st and 10.
Let's go. Hawk 70.
On the ground, it's Brooks to start the drive.
It'll be a minimum pickup, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter.
Here's 2nd down.
Let's go now. Back row 80.
Nix from the shotgun. Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here.
He'll look to throw. And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. Second down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Under 90 seconds to go. Here's 2nd and 10.
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Back to throw.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Here we go, set. 79 Broncos.
Throwing after the interception. Nix. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
David Ajabo running in to take him down. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners, they end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears.
Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take